It's the Texas weather discussion video for Tuesday, the 2nd of April. I'm Donovan Neal. With a chilly morning, we do start to drastically warm up as we progress through the week, but then an unsettled weather pattern begins this weekend, and that's when we can see our better chances of rain. So, here's our upper air look across the continental United States. You can see that trough that brought in a lot of chilly air is now lifting off to the northeast, and we are subsequently warmer than yesterday morning. High temperatures mostly in the mid 40s later this morning, early this morning. All over to the east, they're actually seeing some freezing temperatures, and that could be their last freeze of the season. And not guaranteeing it, but that could be their last freeze of the season around the nation. Still remaining unseasonably cold for early April. We do warm up by the latter half of this week. Watch warning map got a couple of freeze warnings and scattered freeze warnings in place, but really things are looking relatively quiet. On convective outlooks, there could be some thunder across the western half of the country, but no organized severe weather is expected. Tomorrow we have that standard slight risk for a small corridor in western Oklahoma, and surrounding that we have that marginal risk for much of Oklahoma and some of the adjacent states. But here in North Texas, we could see some thunder by the early Thursday morning, but no organized severe weather is expected. And on day three, which is Thursday, of course Thursday, we have a standard slight risk of severe storms near the Arklatex region, including much of Mississippi and some in parts of extreme Alabama, and the marginal risk surrounding the adjacent states. Average precipitation for the next 7 days through Tuesday of next week. Highest numbers remain off to the north and off to the Pacific Northwest, and down here in Texas, the heaviest totals remain in Central Texas and Louisiana. And down here in North Texas, we could see around 1.5 inches and perhaps even greater amounts this weekend. So let's go on to the model output. This is the O6Z run at the GFS. Followed this afternoon at 1 o'clock local time. You can see we have that trough beginning to lift off to the east. And down here, with that, we'll begin to introduce mostly sunny skies. It'll be very seasonably today. Highs will be in the low 70s. And then we begin to introduce some clouds by Wednesday, tomorrow, with that surface low developing and that influx of moisture coming in. We'll begin to introduce a mixture of sun and clouds with more clouds than sun. Highs mostly in the 70s. Low 70s, and then by Thursday afternoon you can see that storm system lifting off to the east. So that concludes the point that we could see most of the showers and thunderstorms that we see in the Thursday on Thursday will mostly be in the early afternoon hour, early morning hour. Sorry. And with that, we'll mention highs mostly in the upper 70s. And Friday, we begin to clear town. We begin to clear town with that as that exits off to the east. We remain mostly sunny with highs in the mid 70s. And here Saturday's weekend begins. You can see we have that influx of moisture and we have a little bit of an unsettled weather pattern for the weekend. Saturday, mostly some scattered showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening hours. Again, we could see some sunshine, so we could see some thunderstorms with that. Again, highs will be in the mid 70s, and by Sunday afternoon, we should clear town once again. Highs mostly in the mid 70s. And here's Monday of next week. We do warm a little drastically, with highs in the low 80s. Begin to introduce the low 80s at this point. Here's a week from today, Tuesday the 9th of April. You can see we have that ridge, a ridge in the west, troughing in the east, and that looks dry. It looks more like a summer pattern here. And here's the end of the 10-day forecast period. This is Thursday the 11th of April. You can see we have a pattern flip here, troughing in the west, ridging in the east, and down here that looks relatively dry. Numbers for the next 15 days coming off the European ensemble. You can see after today, highs mostly stay in the mid to upper 70s, but we do once we get to the April 10th, April 12th, April 14th area, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some 80s mixed in with those 70s as well, as we do start to hit the peak of spring. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. More notes in the blog. Next video here will be posted at around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you can catch local TV stations on the air this afternoon at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.